Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul.
Hey, what's up guys, I'm Hex Competitive, and as always down in the title below will be the topic we're talking about today, and we are talking about the top 10 best girls in high school DxD, and these are the ones in my opinion. So, before we even start the video, how about you guys list down your top 10 down in the comments below, but wait for it. This is based off of not only looks though, personality. The next one I do will be based off of looks. This is personality and what you like about them basically. You don't have to list that, but it's based off personality and looks. Not just one, it has to be both. I want to see your top 10, and they have to be from the anime, so we all know what characters they are. They have to be from the anime, from season 1 through 3. So let's hop into this, the top 10 best girls in high school DxD. To start off in our number 10 slot, I have none other than Ozzy Argento. Ozzy Argento, yes, she's a cute girl. She doesn't have the like foxy look to her like all these other girls in high school DxD, but the thing with the Ozzy Argento is, which I didn't know she's even going to be in the top 10. I know some of you guys are like, you kidding me, Hex? I'll kill you. And I'm just kind of like, I know, guys. I know. I understand. But she's just so, I hate how much she likes Issa to dote on her. I think she's kind of annoying. She kind of gets on my nerves. And maybe it's just a voice actor. Maybe it's just her. Or maybe it's both. That's why Ozzy Argento is in my number 10. Now next, coming in at the number 9 slot is none other than Seraphal Leviathan. And Leviathan went there because, I mean, Leviathan's personality when she's all hyped up is kind of, yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like, but at the same time, she's better than, I think she's better looking than Ozzy. I mean, come on now. I mean, look at her. Come on now. She just wants to be a magical girl, right? But yeah, that kind of gets on my nerves. Don't get me wrong, that gets on my nerves now. But other than that, I mean, looks-wise and personality, we really don't even know her. So, I mean, how could I really put her up higher? And at the same time, we know Ozzy a lot more, and Ozzy is just, I think Ozzy is, I mean, I like Ozzy, but she kind of gets on my nerves. Now, coming in at our number 8 slot, which this is the first slot I actually moved back and forth from 7 and 8. I just flip-flopped them because I just couldn't bring myself to put Edina in this spot. I had to put Rainier in this spot. Rainier, yes, obviously she's a fallen angel, and even in the the story in the anime, manga, whatever light novel you read, they straight up say fallen angels are supposed to be like really beautiful, women. The woman is supposed to be really beautiful. She's supposed to be very elegant creatures. But yeah, I get that. She is. Rainier, I mean, let's be honest, all girls in high school DxD are perfect 12s out of 10s. I mean, for God's sake, they're off the radar. They're all goddesses. I mean, most characters in the anime are. But Rainier's just, she's a bitch. I mean, let's just face it. Rainier's a bitch, and she's stupid. Like she's aimlessly trying to grab Azazel's attention, which wasn't gonna happen, and she should have known that. She had false hope, and she's just a bitch. Let's just be honest. I mean, she killed Issei on his first date. What the hell's up with that? So that's why Rainier is in my number 8 slot. Now, coming in at my number 7 slot is none other than Edina. So Edina is a girl that definitely has her own look to her throughout the whole anime. She's one of the very few girls, like maybe outside of Rias and Ozzy, that really have their own look to them and don't look like any other characters. Given, I guess, Rias does, like her mom, but given she does not look like any other characters, I mean, I had to put her above Rainier because Rainier, she has that Akina look to her, and that makes sense because, like I just stated, the fallen angel thing. But I had to put Edina there because I don't know, she, like, once again, she has the original look in the anime. She looks like her own person by a mile, more than anyone else in the show, I'd say. Now, her personality, I mean, not that I have anything against religion, because, I mean, I believe in God and stuff like that, but she's kind of annoying with her Bible thumping kind of attitude mentality. I mean, given I think it's kind of funny in a sense, but sometimes it just gets on my nerves. I mean, come on, girl. Show some skin or something. I mean, god damn. Now, she is in my number 7 slot, and that's where she will stay. It's a sad, sad day when you work for the church and live by the church. Okay, now this is where it got really conflicted, and I felt very conflicted because coming in, I'm in a 6th slot. I got to double check this just to make sure. Yep, it's none other than Grafia. Grafia, I mean, we didn't get to see much of her. I know there's an OVA, and you get to see some scan, and Grafia's a goddess. I mean, let's be honest, Grafia can easily be the number 1 girl in high school DxD, easily, no doubts about it. But we don't get to see her that much. We don't really get to see her personality that much. So I mean, it's basically no personality there because we don't really know her. I mean, she had like, what, 10 minutes of screen time throughout the whole 3 seasons for the most part. But I just couldn't put her higher just because of that. Looks-wise, I'm very conflicted at the moment, guys. I'm very conflicted. So, other than that, Grafia, number 6 spot. Now coming in at my number 5 slot, the top 5. To start off the top 5 is someone who I wouldn't say looks like Griffey, but maybe has the same hair color, and that is Rosvisa. I think a lot of you guys may agree with me with I think Rosvisa may be underrated. I think a lot of you guys may agree with me, given her personality is still, I mean, we know part of it. I mean, she's a really kind of like formal girl. We see that whenever she's with Lord Odin, and at the same time, we have her being a teacher now, and she kind of whined. I mean, she had her moment where she's kind of whiny bitch, but I mean, it's whatever. I mean, looks-wise, let's be honest with her. She is a Valkyrie. She is supposed to, look like a goddess. She's a Valkyrie, for God's sake. So, I mean, Norse god Valkyrie. Rosvisa. I mean, we still gotta learn so much about this girl. So she's my wild card here. She's my wild card in a sense, because we're gonna learn more about her, I believe, in the next season. And maybe that personality is gonna be awesome. Who knows? But maybe I'm just bullshitting and I just like Rosvisa. But I mean, hey. You won't know if I'm bullshitting or not until season 4. So yeah, Rosvisa, 5 spot. So this is when a lot of you guys start leaving rage comments down in the comments below, because the number 4 slot is none other than Rias Grimmery, everybody. Yes, I understand it. She is definitely something special. Let's just be honest. She easily, once again, it's a very conflicting thing when it comes to looks, because she could most definitely be the best girl in high school DxD. Let's just face it. She can be maybe the best looking girl throughout all of anime, and that's how I felt about Grafia. But the good looking red scarlet hair is kind of, I mean, it's something that's been used, and I guess that kind of like taints her for me in an aspect. Like, it's kind of like, wow, Reese is really attractive, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, I've seen that before though. She's really attractive though, but I've seen that before. That's basically my mentality, because may I point you to Urza Scarlet? May I point you from the girl from Gurren Lagann? Yes, may I point you to Mio from Shin Meo no Testament? It's something we see all the time. And personality-wise, I mean, Risa's cool. She's really independent. I mean, nothing's wrong with her personality per se, but I think her looks got tainted for me just because the typical red, scarlet-haired, babe-looking girl. It's just something that's used all the time. But I understand. Ria's still best-looking redhead. Now, coming in at the number 3 slot is none other than Kuroka. And I think a lot of you guys can agree with me about Kuroka when it comes to looks. I mean, this is another conflicting one, but I think a lot of you guys can be like, yeah. I mean, if someone's going to top Rias, Grafia, and people like that, it's going to be Kuroka. I mean, let's be honest. Now, Kuroka personality-wise, it's a mix of she's kind of like Zenobia in a sense. She wants to sleep with the guy who has the dragon because she wants her kid to be very strong. She wants her to be very strong. Given, unlike Zenobia, she knows what all this means. She's just, I guess, kind of a hoe. I guess, yeah, kind of a hoe. But at the same time, she has that, foxy personality. She also has that shitty kind of personality. And I think she's just a girl who's really confused, to be honest with you, judging by her caring for Konako, but yet not showing it very well. Showing it very, very, in a very shitty way, to be exact. But Kuroka, I mean, when a guy looks like that, you're just plowing through those rankings. You know what I'm saying? You're just plowing through those rankings. So, Kuroka, number 3 slot. Now, coming in at the number 2 slot is none other than Akano. Yes, you guys probably thought she's going to be number 1, but it's Akano. Akano is a girl. She's very seductive. I think any guy out there would be like, that's my kind of woman. Like, she is foxy as hell. She has the voice to go with it. I think both voices in season 1 through 2 and season 3 are both, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. She has that voice. Like, girl, you sexy. Now, she's a girl that's, she has that kind of seductive personality, and we see that a lot of times with Issei, but at the same time, she has that really fragile personality, and I guess I just think that's adorable, right? I mean, she's actually a really sensitive girl, and we really find that out in season 3 and things like that. Like, the first time she goes on a date with Issei, you can tell, like, her voice kind of is different. She's kind of, like, shy and nervous, maybe a little bit embarrassed. So, yeah, I just found that adorable. I mean, I couldn't help but put her in, the number 2 slot. I mean, at the same time, I don't think anyone could really pull off that long hair like Akano does. So maybe that's something that maybe held her back from that number 1 slot. It's just like in IRL in real life, it's kind of like no one's pulling that off. But I mean, guys, let's be honest, it's Akano, so who gives a shit, I guess, at the same time. But yeah, Akano, my number 2 slot. And now for the number 1 slot, in the slot where a lot of you guys tell me to go fuck myself, and quite frankly, fuck you. Now, the number 1 slot is none other than Zenobia. I know, you guys are like, what are you talking about, Hex? I know, she is a dime. She's a dime. Maybe she's a big bag of nickels, Hex. I know. But a lot of you guys are gonna be like, why Zenobia? Especially personality and looks. Now the thing with Zenobia is the, how do I put this? Has the same, just as good as body as all these other characters, and at the same time, she has the best body to be realistic. At the same time, she has, okay, we have girls with H cups, F cups, and yes, somehow they pull them off. Unlike other animes like Mockingjay, where F cups and H cups are girls running and still hitting their knees with their tits, even though their tits are perky, which is, yeah, that's, I don't know how that happens. I mean, how the fuck do you run? They have to have some big ass quads. But now back to the point. The point is, she has the most realistic body. She has the best body, at the same time having the most realistic body at the same time, I would say. Now, her personality, that's where you guys are gonna really, wonder. Now, we all know that she was raised in a church her whole life. I mean, she was in the church her whole life, so she didn't even understand how to put on a bikini, for example, in the second season, like episode 5 or something like that. That's why it took her so long, even though she did find out how to put it on a while back, she said. But she's thinking, her perspective on romance is having a child that will be strong. So you have to find a mate that is strong also. That, like, she tries to sleep with Rias, not Rias, but Issei all the time. Now, this is the thing. I think it's adorable that she knows what, like, this, relationships are and romance and stuff like that is, but she doesn't really understand, like, grasp the concept. She reads it. It's like a dictionary summary for her. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. I understand it, but I don't feel those feelings for it. That's kind of my little thing about Zenobia. But like in season 3, when she kisses Issei and she like kind of blushes and she's like, "Would you prefer it on the lips?" And I just found that adorable. I mean, her slowly learning what all this is just adorable to me. And at the same time, the biggest thing about all of this is simply the fact that she's the best looking and at the same time the most realistic looking in a sense. Minus, I guess, her blue hair, but still, I mean, for God's sake, look at all the other girls' hair. That's just a minor thing. But yes, that will round up my top 10 best girls based off of personality and looks, I may add you. Definitely leave down in the comments below your top 10 best looking along with personality. You have to combine them into one. We'll do the best looking one later, the straight up best looking girls later. And yeah, leave it down in the comments below. Also leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter @X25. And as always, you guys have been hexed, and thank God these girls' tits aren't like Mockingjay.